Hello and welcome to the final episode of Season 3 of the SOS in Our show. I'm Christine.
I'm Cheeto, and on today's agenda, we're talking science. Are robotic bees in the near future? And are Netflix being racist? Also, in the topic of the day, we ask if women are funny, and lastly, minority spotlight, so stay tuned.
So, Chido, in the news this week, I came across an article on The Conversation about robotic bees. Can you believe that in Japan, they are trialing drones, like miniature drones, to be pollinators?
Yes, if it's in Japan, I can believe that. They do a lot of cool stuff there.
I think it's insane.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't, because people working on artificial intelligence, so...
I feel like science is becoming very scary.
Yeah! We're all gonna have robot friends. I say...
robot friends.
Yeah, no, we should all everyone gets a Siri, but then, like medical Siri could be like Suri, like surgeon plus Siri, so Suri, and then we each have a robot companion, and then the bees can have robot bee companions, and...
Okay, so like in that movie, what was that movie about the robot? That animation? The one that you forced me to watch?
I don't remember. I don't recall because I don't force people to watch things.
Right. Anyway, but the really interesting thing that I found reading this article is I didn't know that bees were so intelligent. Like some of the things, did you...
Yeah, bees are smart.
Yeah, like did you know that they can detect whether like a flower has already been visited by someone else and whether the pollen in that flower is suitable, and that they coordinate their routes and all this stuff, and they remember.
Do they have like a roll call at the beginning?
They're just super smart, and they do like a wiggle dance to summon their other bee friends when they find like a good area with flowers and stuff. Did you know all this?
I don't know all that, but I knew they did things that I didn't think they would.
So do you think these drones are going to be able to live up to the natural pollinators?
Nope. Well, actually, yes. But I think we should just stick with how about let's not kill the bees we have now? That's an idea. But I guess they're just preparing for in case we need to have extra bees.
Because the bee population, the honeybee population is declining quite quickly at a very alarming rate for a number of reasons that I was reading up on. But yeah, so if you're a bee lover, some of the things that you can do.
Queen bee.
They say that you can plant some flowers in your garden that are good for the bee nutrition. And yummy. You can also limit your use of pesticides. But eventually they say that we're going to have to change the way we do agriculture because that's it has a big impact on why the bee population is declining. But anyway, maybe science will save us with the drones.
Maybe.
Okay, so Chiro, tell us what's going on in your part of, I don't know, town.
Okay, in my part of town, because we live in different parts. Okay, yeah, fine, we do. But anyways, Netflix are under fire, apparently. I don't know if it was this week, but they announced that they'd be showing a series called Dear White People, which is based on Justin Simeon's movie, which received a lot of good acclaim. Did you watch Dear White People?
I didn't. I'm not one of those people who likes to stream things illegally.
What? Okay, I don't know who she's referring to, because clearly this is a public podcast. But
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, I don't know, is it on iTunes? Maybe I'll look it up.
Well, it'll be on Netflix. The series is adapted from the movie, and...
What is the movie on Netflix?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where you'd find it, but but then, yeah, so again, the arguments coming out again, blah, 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 people being racist to white people,
Why are they
blah, 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 this is calling for white genocide, yada, yada, yada. You know, it's just about a group of kids, black kids, trying to make it through a predominantly white Ivy League school. Story of my life. It's more about bridging cultures than it is anti-white, as people say.
Okay, so wait, so are people mad at the title?
People mad at the title and the concept, and people mad at Netflix for showing it on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they say Netflix is now being racist.
I don't have energy right now to even go into why that's just like not legitimate. I don't know. I feel like sometimes people just read headlines and then they get mad. They don't really go into investigating what things are about.
Yeah, well, when the movie came out, people were really upset at the title.
I don't see what's so...
Because they said if they made a movie about white people saying dear black people, it would be offensive.
Well, it depends. I think it depends on what the project is. If it's that Tommy girl doing dear black people, then it's like, yeah, obviously she's going to be saying some offensive things, but people are oversensitive, like what we talked about 2 weeks ago, last episode. People are oversensitive. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Who's starring in this series?
I don't know yet. But yeah, people are like, oh, Netflix. I'm still gonna watch Netflix, so.
Like, I don't think people are gonna cancel their subscriptions just because of that. Like, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to watch it. It's fine. Okay, well, I suppose that's what's up. Ooh. Honorable mention, Hot Topics. The New England Patriots won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, and
Yay!
Lady Gaga killed it.
Yay!
Woo!
And Beyonce's pregnant with twins.
Yay! Okay.
Okay, so up next, we have our topic of the day. Stay tuned.
Alrighty, people, and we are back with our topic of the day. Are women funny? And joining us in our studio today, we have my friend who's a comedian, Sandy.
Hello.
Hello, Sandy. Thanks for coming.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, we're super excited to have a funny lady with us.
Oh, that's right. You always have funny ladies with you. You are funny ladies.
Questionable. Well, at least that's what this topic is about. So, Sandy, maybe I'll start with you.
Yeah,
You're a female comedian, right? So, can you tell me, like, how did you even get into comedy in the first place?
Like interested in it or like started
performing? Okay.
Yeah. I just started off doing plays and musicals.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, I never thought of myself as a comedian for a very long time. I thought I was just an actress, really, but, I don't know, you just end up getting involved in things. People drag you into their projects. They're like, oh, I'm doing this funny thing.
Yeah.
Let's make a radio show, or let's make this thing. And then Ben Bolshock, who we did Mudcrabs with.
Yeah, we are in a comedy club together.
Yes, that's how we know each other. He approached me about coming and joining the Mudcrabs, and when I joined Melbourne Uni, so I started doing my masters last year at Melbourne Uni. He was like, "Oh, you're a funny comedian. We don't have any women. It's all skinny white boys. Please come and join our comedy troupe."
Yeah, so that's actually another interesting point that you mentioned, that your comedy group didn't have a lot of females. So what is it like being a female comic in what is probably a male-dominated industry?
See, it's funny because, like, I feel like other women out there would probably be better qualified to talk about this because I've only really done sketch comedy in a big troupe.
Okay.
So, like, Emily Weir, who did Mudcrabs and Space with us, she's a stand-up comic as well. And she has a lot more experience sort of putting herself out there or being in those open mic nights where she's the only woman in this group of men yelling at her to get her tits out or something like that.
That happens though.
That's happened to you as well.
Well, it hasn't happened to me, but like I hear about like women being catcalled on stage and
yeah.
So how do you why do you think that we've kind of like ended up in this space where there's so few female comics. And I suppose that's kind of why some people say, well, women aren't funny. Do you think that's true, that the lack of women in comedy is because women are just not funny?
I don't think that's true. I mean, obviously.
Oh, yeah, obviously we don't think
obviously that's not true.
Obviously you're slightly biased.
It's probably systemic. Like, I don't know. Like, but maybe, like, I can only really speak to my own experience. Which is just as a woman who just it never even occurred to me to be a comedian. I would watch a lot of comedy as a child. Yeah. So but everything I would watch, like, you know, all that old British stuff, Monty Python or Eddie Izzard or, you know, all these stand-up comics and sketch troops, they're all just all male. Yeah. That's just what you see. And if that's what you see, you're just like, oh, I guess that's how it is. Well, you don't really question it that much. Yeah. But if you're entertaining a group of friends at a party and everyone's laughing, or your family at dinner, they're like, you should get on the stage. You should be a stand-up comic. You're like, yeah, right. Okay. Thanks, mum. Yeah. But you never really sort of seriously consider it, I guess, just because you can't see yourself up there. So I think it's partly that as well.
Yeah. So you've kind of been brainwashed into thinking it's not something that women do.
Yeah, well, you imagine, you know, as a young girl, imagine, well, what must it be like being a stand-up comic? Well, you're in smoky, dingy rooms surrounded by men. Like, it's not ideal.
And traveling at night a lot, like, alone. I don't know if I'm the only girl who gets freaked out by that, but, like,
you know, you're the only girl in the world who gets freaked out by traveling alone. It's entirely in your mind. Like, there are no systemic reasons why you should feel afraid about being alone at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I was talking to, like, a friend of mine last year, and yeah, so we were just in a lecture and somehow we started talking about comedy. And he was like, oh, I read this, I forgot who it was by, but an article about the evolutionary context of men being perceived as more funny. Yeah. Because men have to be more outgoing and witty to attract the woman. Right. And so women haven't had to feel the need to be, like, funny.
Yeah. I think I read that article. I think it was in Vanity Fair and it was written by Christopher Hitchens. I had to agree with some of his points. And also just anecdotally, like, I was having a Facebook conversation with a guy from Ireland, and he said something that was hilarious, during our exchange. And I was like, haha, you have such a good sense of humor. Then he's like, yeah, I'm Irish. Sense of humor is hereditary. Irish women are only attracted to the funny men. So we are a country of ugly, funny people. It's such a shame, but you'll see if you ever go there. So
that sounds perfect. Beauty's overrated.
But I think it kind of echoes what that Vanity Fair article was saying, that, like, women tend to value, like, a sense of humor, whereas
men might not.
Yeah, they value, like, looks more than that. Cause, like, sometimes you see, like, you know, a really attractive woman with a really great guy, but she has, like, zero personality. But he's so happy.
That's so depressing. You know, like, it's partly, I was talking about this the other day, actually. I think it's partly a power thing. So when you make someone laugh, that's a status move, almost.
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
In a way. Like, it's showing, like, look how clever I am, look how, you know, witty I am. And so I'm meant to give that.
Witting.
Never made that joke before. No, but, you know, so if you're having, so a man laughing at something you said or telling you that you're really funny, that's sort of a yielding up of power in a way. So that might be behind it.
Yeah.
In some way.
I think, Christopher Hitchens also mentioned that humor is a sign of intelligence, and some men are threatened by that if a woman is, like, hilarious and she's, like, making all his mates laugh, you know? So, and meanwhile, like, when he tries to crack a joke, it's like radio silence, you know?
But at the same time, like, maybe that in social context, I would say that's true, but I don't see any reason why you can't have women performers up there.
The other thing I did find is, like, okay, so it's not a hindrance, and it's just a weird, I know it's weird. Okay, I'll explain it. So, for not a lot of women, but women comedians, like stand-up comics, you find a lot of jokes about vaginas, right? Yeah. And then, like, people like South Park, well, this was from South Park, they pointed out that, women comedians only ever talk about their vaginas and having sex with men. But then, when guys talk about dicks, suddenly, like we did a sketch on this, suddenly it's like,
It's so funny because this is the crudest sketch in our entire show.
And it was my favorite
everyone's
sketch,
like,
actually.
it was a great sketch, but everyone's like, who wrote this? Like, it's clearly one of the guys. No, Cheetah wrote that sketch.
Okay, point proven. If there had been a vagina in that sketch, that would, everyone would have been like,
really? You think so?
I've barely heard any vagina material from male comics. You know, that's actually true. I don't think maybe one male comic has ever mentioned vaginas in my memory. That I've seen.
So it's like a whole, like, physical thing as well.
And I think it's a shame as well that, when I see women doing material about sort of sexual stuff or gross stuff, you know, like you get a lot of, you know, if you see a woman on the stage and she's talking about shitting or she's talking about vaginas or, you know, period blood or anything, just the grossest stuff that you bodily stuff that you can imagine. I'm like, does she feel like she has to do that to prove that she's not prissy and feminine? Like, I don't know. Every time I think of a joke along those lines, I always like, put it away.
Yeah,
you can do better than that. I don't know.
I enjoy a good vagina joke. I really like Amy Schumer. She talks about her pussy all the time. And
that's what South Park was referencing.
But I don't know. And it's probably just a hang up of mine that thinks maybe that's too easy.
But I also think maybe it's because female comics, maybe they feel pressure to make those types of jokes
to show
that they're like, what do we got?
Yeah, exactly.
There's definitely pressure to do that.
Because I came across that on a Reddit thread about this, you know, why aren't women funny thing? And they're like, oh, because, you know, they can't make crude jokes like the guys, and that's what gets laughs. People like the dirty jokes.
But why can't women make incredibly heightened intellectual complex jokes? Do they have to go for the crude humor to prove that they're on the same level as the men, or could they be more cerebral? And still be taken seriously?
That's a hard one.
I don't know, because,
It's a give and take, I guess, because, like, you see, like, going up there on stage, like, you have a bunch of, like, beefy guys who not only, like, dominate the stage because they're making crude jokes, because of their physical presence just being big. And so as a woman, I think that you're just, on average, smaller. You're also trying to overcome that and do something bigger, something that's going to say, hey, I'm here, pay attention. Because, it's...
I don't know. But we're talking about, like, maybe like stand-up comedy and that. But when I think about shows like Broad City and other, like, really great shows, like the Mindy Kaling show as well, like, they make very good, like, they're not all pussy jokes, you know? They make some really, like, you know, like, you kind of have to think about it a little bit to get the jokes sometimes. And it's like, they're really good jokes, you know, they're very intellectual, cerebral, all that kind of stuff. So maybe it's about, like, the form in which the comedy is being performed. I mean,
I think you can do stand-up without vagina jokes. But...
a controversial opinion, maybe.
Maybe that's what this topic should be. Vagina jokes or no? I vote for yes. I like them.
I think a combination.
I like them, I don't know if I can write one.
It's hard.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're actually running out of time. So any final thoughts on whether women are funny?
I think women just need more opportunities. I think, honestly, like, I think it's just...
Preach
and that whole, like, positive discrimination thing with, like, oh, you know, we'll set aside a couple of places for women. People get salty about that. They're like, it should be about merit. But when there's systems in place that sort of
hindering
bar women with merit
from
getting to the places where they need to be, I think that it's important to make space for them.
It's true. But also, I feel like the lifestyle is kind of hard for some women. Like, I think Lonnie Love on The Real was talking about, like, she kind of had to choose between being married and having that kind of lifestyle where you're settled and being a comic, because you're on the road a lot and you're in clubs, dingy clubs all the time. So,
but also Ali Wong did her show like the size of a planet, so pregnant.
That's amazing.
So, I think, you know, it's mind over matter in some ways, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's also about hearing what women have to say, because so I've recently been watching the Drama Queens. So they're Zimbabwean based comedy. They've come together as a group now. They used to do comedy separately, but now they're together, and they make a lot of jokes that I feel resonate a lot with women. It's just that I don't think we've had the like Sandy's saying, the opportunity to hear what women have to say and actually see what's really funny. And like now we have Ghostbusters who are women, which was apparently funny. I haven't watched it. Have you watched it? Okay. We're doing the cause.
I know. Letting the team down. To be fair, I haven't seen the man one either, so.
Oh, okay. Well, you're fine.
I haven't seen either.
No, but so I think we are getting a lot more women expressing what women think is funny as well, which is important.
Yeah, I think it's changing. I think we are seeing more, female writers for
Sandy's a writer.
Yeah. And I think we are seeing, women being put in, that primary role as the funny person, whereas, they might just have been like the
wives and mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah. The funny guy.
That's why you need this is one of my big hang-ups. You need more than one woman in a sketch troupe. Okay. This is why it's so important. So we're making a huge push this year to get more women in the Mudcrabs. Oh, because I can't be every single wife and mother. And I have sketches that I want to write where women talk to each other. Oh, and I don't want to have to be should I cast Jack as the other woman or Matthew? Who would be a better jilted bride? Which is good and fun, I guess, but it's nice when you have
options. Yeah.
So but I think it's getting better every year. I remember
when I got to Mudcrabs and I was like, "Yay, Sandy's here!"
Yeah. At least, but you need that. I guess you need that first woman to be like,
role models. Yeah, role models are important.
Sandy, tell us about Mudcrabs. What's coming up?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. So this is sort of the biggest. So Mudcrabs has been going for a couple of years. It's the only sort of organized sketch and stand-up comedy club on campus, and we're expanding this year. It's going to be huge. So we've always had the weekly show at the Brown and White Library. So 1 p.m. at the Brown and White Library on campus. There's a weekly show of always new material of stand-up and sketches.
So this is Melbourne University?
Yeah.
We've also had a weekly radio show in the past. I think we're starting that up again this year as well. I don't know exactly what time it's on.
So what do you guys do on your radio show? Is it just,
sometimes we do radio sketches.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just banter, depending on how well we're prepared that week. I think it's going to be a bit more organized this week because we have a head of radio now. Who's, Ben, is going to be in charge of that. And what else we got? It's very exciting. We're going to have, 2 major shows. So we're going to have a major show on the comedy festival. It's coming up really soon. That's going to be like a sketch anthology show, like Mudcrabs in Space. And then we're going to do something a bit more experimental in the second half of the year for the Fringe Festival. And you should definitely be involved in that, Tudor. I'm going to be hounding you. Med school. And then we got 2 more things that we're doing as well. We're doing Mudcrabs video, so we're going to be filming sketches and putting them online. We've already started with that.
On YouTube or?
On YouTube, yeah. We've got a comedy review board channel. And Jack's gonna be starting an improv show.
Yay!
As well. So anyone who's interested in improv can come along and have some fun. So that's gonna be a weekly thing as well.
So
but I don't think they decided on a date for that yet.
Okay, yeah.
So how can people get in touch if they are interested in joining?
You can find us on Facebook, with a Melbourne University Comedy Review Board, or Mudcrabs. If you make a search for Mudcrabs, I believe that we come up.
Yep.
And that's the hub where you can find everything else.
Yeah.
Including our YouTube channel.
And where to watch.
Where to watch and when. And we'll be around at O Week. We'll probably have a stall. Yeah, and you can message us on the Facebook page as well if you have any questions, if you want to get involved. We're always looking for new people, especially new women.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you once again, Sandy, for joining us on
the show.
No worries, thank you so much for having me on.
Great. It's that time again where we shine our spotlight on an inspirational person doing wonderful things to help make the world a better place.
And today our minority spotlight is on Sasha Sarago, the founder and editor of Ascension, Australia's first Indigenous and ethnic women's lifestyle magazine.
According to her bio on ascensionmag.com, Sasha is a, quote, proud Aboriginal woman of the Wadjanbara, Yidinji and Jurbil clans, rainforest people of Cairns, far north Queensland. Sasha is also of African American, Malay, Mauritian and Spanish descent, unquote.
She started Ascension Magazine because of her own experience as a model in the fashion industry. She rarely saw other women of color represented in fashion and media here in Australia, so she decided to do something about it by creating Ascension Magazine.
Yeah, she's definitely living out that famous Gandhi quote, be the change that you wish to see in the world. So well done to Sasha Sarago and the Ascension team. Keep on inspiring. And listeners, make sure you check out the magazine at ascensionmag.com. And that's a wrap for today's show. Please hit the subscribe button in iTunes and leave us a 5-star rating. As always, you can find us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Just search for SOS in Oz. Thanks for listening, and until next time, bye!